Well, hello, friends, and welcome to another fun, exciting, and classic Cheat Day review. Today, we are taking a look at the classic candy bar, Snickers. The Snickers bar was one of my favorite candy bars growing up as a kid until I found the glorious Reese's peanut butter cups. Then I kicked Snickers to the side and I never looked back. But I have very fond memories of getting a Snickers, holding it in my hand, my hot hand, and it melting, getting into the car, and finishing it before we even left the parking lot. Now, why I'm reminiscing of old times is the fact that the Snickers bar, as I have noticed and I'm looking at it right now, has shrunk quite a bit. And it's not just me thinking of when I was a kid, everything seemed, larger. This has actually shrunk because, well, being a boy, working hard in his teenage years, I'd be cleaning some office building at night and didn't have any dinner or anything to eat, but there was a vending machine. And I would always go for the thing that had the most ounces, the most weight to the candy bar. A Reese's peanut butter cup has 1.5 ounces, two of them in a pack. The Snickers, now this was 2005, 2006, had 2.07 or oh 0.08 ounces. Now, that was back then. If I look at it now, the net weight is 1.86 ounces. So yes, they have shrunk these. The question is, why? A while ago, there was health guidelines put on these candy bars. As you'll see there, 250 calories on the front there. So in order to fit the guidelines, they had to shrink these down. People will think maybe it's because, they can make more money. They sell you less for a whole lot more. I think that's just the way a lot of things are going these days, sadly. The Snickers bar was put out by Mars in 1930, and the bar was named after the favorite horse of the Mars family. From 1967 through 1990, Snickers bars in the UK were named Marathon, and there are many different variations of this bar, such as almond, peanut butter, white chocolate, the peanut brownie, their ice cream bar, which is really good, and then there's a whole lot more. A fun little thing that was said around April of last year, 2022, was that there was a viral thing talking about the chocolate vein that is inside the candy bar, and they were talking about how the vein was being taken away from Snickers, but Mars did come back and say, nope, our candy bars, our Snickers bars, are going to have the vein still in them. On the official website, it reads, "You aren't you when you're hungry. That's why there's Snickers full-size chocolate bars. Packed with roasted peanuts, nougat, caramel, and milk chocolate, Snickers candy handles your hunger so you can handle things that don't relate to hunger at all." So that is your nice little rundown of the Snickers bar. Now let's try it. Okay, so here you go. As you can see, the vein is present, the famous vein, but I don't know, it looks like it's having an off day. There really isn't much to it. And yeah, this bar is very tiny. I mean, this almost looks like a fun size bar. And I remember the bars being a lot taller, they used to be like that. Anyways, here we go. This is the Snickers bar. I want you to take a look at something. Look how packed it is with peanuts there. Just for reference there, it's very hollow there. Look, I'll press down on it. Yeah, there isn't much there at all. That was hollow too. Okay, so as I said before, I rarely eat a Snickers, but coming back to it and revisiting it after all these years, I could definitely tell there's been some changes made to it. As I shown you, the candy bar is flatter than I remember. The veins aren't so present anymore. It's a lot harder to chew than I remember. Like, I remember it being easier to eat. The peanuts in it are plentiful. There's a lot of them. Brings the salty taste to it. And they're mixed in with the caramel as well. The nougat seems like it's a lot thinner than I remember it being too. So as I showed you within this candy bar, there was a lot of like little nooks and crannies where the peanuts and caramel should be that they weren't. Like I could literally press down into the bar and my finger would break through the chocolate and touch the nougat. So I don't like, are they skimping out on a lot of stuff or what? Or maybe that's how they're cutting corners with making this a 250 calorie bar. But the experience is a lot worse than I remember. Like I remember getting a Snickers bar 15 years ago, 20 years ago, biting down on it, and it was just packed with all the ingredients, the peanuts, the caramel, the nougat, and it was just a solid wall the entire time. Here it's like, okay, I just bit into a hole. In which I get it. I mean, it's a candy bar that has peanuts layered on top of the nougat and then caramel on top of that. And so, yeah, maybe not every single place where the peanuts are sitting is going to be filled within the gaps there. I do want to say, as a whole, regarding everything from the past, just eating it like it is, the flavors are there. It is definitely still a great tasting candy bar. The chocolate is smooth, very sweet. The caramel is a bit too sticky for my liking, but it still tastes great. The peanuts bring a big salty factor into the candy bar, so it's a nice balance of all the different flavors that a Snickers is. Now, if you're not ancient like I am, and this is the only type of Snickers bar you know, then I'm sure it's probably your favorite thing and you see no problem with it. But having the experience and the knowledge and the reference of knowing how it used to be is really throwing me off. The Snickers bar has really gone downhill in the past 15 years. I compare the Snickers bar as the candy bar version of a bag of chips that you open it up and half of the bag is air. So alright, let's factor it all into account. The experience, how it used to be, what it tastes like now. The flavors are still just as good. I will have to give the Snickers bar a 7 out of 10. I would give it a larger score if I tried this back in 2006 and all that, but at the moment, right now, if you were to go to any store and pick up a Snickers bar, it's a 7 out of 10. I will tell you though, I am now on a search. There are so many different variations of the Snickers bar now that I'm going to get every single Snickers bar and try them. And I will find the 10 out of 10 Snickers bar. I will hunt, because I'm not trying to bash the Snickers bar, because I want it to do good. I'm rooting for it, to be the best it can be. But at the moment, I am very disappointed. But the flavors there still taste good, 7 out of 10. That is it. Thank you guys for watching this cheat day review as we reviewed the classic Snickers bar. And I am DJ Glowing Ice, always wanting to remind you that it's okay to cheat every once in a while. See you next time.